Hello, listeners, and welcome to this Larson Design Group podcast. LDG launches Diversity Scholarship. LDG is an award-winning 100% employee-owned architecture, engineering, and consulting firm with 12 offices in 5 states. You can find us on the web at larsondesigngroup.com, on Facebook at Larson Design Group, on Twitter at LDG News, and on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/company/Larson Design Group. I'm your host, Samantha Ecker, content specialist here at LDG, and today we'll be talking about the exciting news that the Pennsylvania College of Technology here in Williamsport has established the Keith S. Kuzio Larson Design Group Scholarship, named for Keith Kuzio, who served LDG as our president and CEO for a combined 20 years before retiring in April of 2020. The scholarship will be awarded to a full-time diverse candidate studying in the architecture and engineering fields at the college, and the yearly scholarship also includes a summer internship. Joining me for this discussion is Terry Kresmer, Chief Human Resources Officer for LDG, Lonnie Klein, Vice President for College Relations at Penn College, Elliot Strickland, Vice President for Student Affairs at Penn College, and the man himself, Keith Kuzio. Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for being here to talk about this. So Terry, we'll start with you, and why don't you tell us about how the idea or opportunity for this scholarship came about? You know, was it in the works for years, or was it just kind of something that came up toward the end of Keith's tenure with LDG? Tell us about how it happened.
Thanks, Sam. The idea behind the scholarship came from wanting to provide a lasting legacy for Keith Kuzio. He has been such a important part in the growth of Larson Design Group that we wanted to make sure that we did something special for him as he retired. So with that, the thought was we would partner with Penn College to create a scholarship in his name. In addition to that, we wanted to make sure that when we were thinking what and who should be awarded this scholarship with Keith's name on, is finding something that really was important to him. And he was very important as a big champion in the diversity and inclusion efforts here at Larson Design Group. And so with that, we took a look at that, and there is a 50K coalition, which is a collaborative of over 40 organizations focused on a national goal to produce 50,000 diverse engineering graduates annually by 2025. And so we thought that this was really a good foundation in which to build this scholarship, because it's something that Keith truly believes in. And we're really happy that we've had a lot of contributions into this scholarship fund in Keith's name, and that we're able to solidify this with Penn College.
Yes, if you know anything at all about Keith, it's that he was very passionate about many things, and community involvement and education and everything. Diversity and inclusion, as you mentioned, definitely are big passions of Keith's. So that's wonderful. And tying it into kind of the same idea behind this 50K coalition just seems like a really great, very important blueprint to follow. So thank you, Terry, for explaining that for us a little bit. Lonnie, I'd like to come to you next. LDG and Penn College have enjoyed a great relationship for decades, really extending all the way back into the mid-1980s when Ken Larson started LDG and was on the advisory board at the college. And why do you believe that relationship has lasted so long? What do you think has made it so strong?
Absolutely. Well, I think it goes to how our organizations have shared beliefs in applied technology education, critical thinking, leadership skills, and how all of those characteristics are really imperative to personal and professional growth. And I think that really shows in our graduates. And it's proof because Larson Design Group, they've entrusted more than 150 of our graduates to put their degrees and their skills to work within your firm and benefiting your clients across the nation. You know, I have to say, this scholarship that we're coming together to discuss today, it's one of the many ways that Larson Design Group is very generous to Penn College and our students. You often see employees from Larson in our classroom, engaging with our students and our faculty. In fact, just in a few short weeks, they're launching a new CAD workshop here on campus. So that relationship has just been flourishing since Ken Larson, served on that program advisory committee all those years ago. And that representation still remains. We have employees from Larson who are on our Penn College Foundation Board. There's numerous representations on program advisory committees from accounting to architectural technology, civil engineering technology, and surveying technology. And that, it really speaks to the DNA of who we are as an institution. We care very much about the input from our industry. We take that input for new trends, new developments, and we put that into effect for our curriculum and how we better prepare our students. And Larson Design Group has and continues to play a significant role in that.
Right. So you definitely envision this scholarship, fitting into and building upon that existing relationship.
Absolutely. I just want to point out, this is the third scholarship that Larson Design Group has established at Penn College over the years. And if I can, I'll just take a quick moment and just speak directly to you, Keith. It is really an honor to be able to award students with a scholarship that has your name and your legacy attached to it. So we feel very proud of that, and we're very excited about that. And just a quick going back to the shared beliefs, we have a shared belief in applied technology education, and scholarships are a huge priority here at the institution. And we want as many students as possible to seek and to have access to a Penn College education, and Larson Design Group is helping us do that.
Yes, absolutely. We're very happy to, again, that really great relationship that we enjoy definitely benefits Penn College and LDG, and we're very happy to keep it going in many other forms and also in the scholarship. So, Elliot, I'd like to circle back to the question of diversity and inclusion. If you could tell us about Penn College's goals for diversity and inclusion and why you think those aspects are important for STEM fields.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sam. Penn College is an incredibly unique institution of higher education, not only in Pennsylvania, but in the nation. An institution that provides this grounded, comprehensive, hands-on technical education in really in-demand career fields. Our mission says that we empower our graduates for success. But we also do that in a very traditional collegiate environment where our students live in residence halls on campus and can compete in NCAA athletics and everything that you would find on any traditional college campus, even though when you walk through our labs and our classrooms, it's a very different experience. I think the most important thing about our mission and values is that everything is focused on empowering our graduates for success. The values that we hold and their institutional values that we mention at every opportunity, it's prominent on our website, really focuses on a student-centered environment and our concept of a community of respect. So in any kind of community or environment, you want to make sure that every individual feels welcome, feels empowered, feels comfortable in your community. And so that's a critical thing for our diversity and inclusion work here at Penn College. We want every student that wants to come to Penn College and benefit from the amazing educational opportunities that we have and external relationships, like with Larson Design Group, to be able to do that and not have any other factor impact that. So from a diversity and inclusion standpoint, that's really multifaceted. It's giving access to individuals from underrepresented groups the opportunity to come to Penn College. It's ensuring that when they come here, that they are having the most positive experience that they can. For our students in majority populations, we want to make sure that they understand that maybe where they grew up or how they were raised or the environment in which they live in may not be where they go to work or to continue their life. And so we want them to be prepared to work in a diverse and inclusion community, which our country is continuing to grow and develop in as well. We really want students to be able to benefit from our applied hands-on education because these are the most demand careers in our nation right now. And Penn College is a very traditional institution in North Central Pennsylvania. There are students all over our state, all over our region that could benefit from a Penn College education coming from very diverse communities. We want them to be successful at Penn College, to have that access. And this scholarship is an amazing example of a very tangible way that we can improve access to underrepresented groups at Penn College.
Yeah, the diversity and inclusion, equity, belonging, these are all just critically important things for everyone, not just in, your everyday life, but in your career, in your education. And it's such a great opportunity to be able to, tie that into the idea behind the 50K coalition, like Terry spoke about. So yeah, thank you so much, Elliot. Appreciate it. And last but not least, Keith, the man himself. Tell us about what you hope this scholarship means for the student. Obviously, there's financial support there, but there's so much more to it than that. What do you hope it means for them? How do you hope it helps them?
Sure. Thanks, Sam. First, I want to say that I am very honored to be named in this scholarship and for it to be associated with Penn College, just based on the history and the legacy that we've had. You're working together over all those decades, as has been mentioned earlier. I think it's wonderful, and I truly appreciate the generosity of all those that contributed to this effort. From a big picture standpoint, as a person who's spent 35 years in the engineering industry, I hope that this scholarship demonstrates that engineering careers are in more demand now than ever. STEM careers in total, not just engineering, really. And that you can have rewarding lifetime opportunities by pursuing this particular path with this industry. Having scholarships available demonstrates there's high demand, and hopefully that will allow students in middle school and high school making those career decisions to look hard at this. Certainly the financial aspects, as you mentioned, are nice. It'll help with financial hurdles. And I love the fact that we've been able to combine with that an internship where the recipient is going to not only gain the benefit of the classroom environment in the STEM fields, but also be able to apply that with Larson Design Group in a design consulting standpoint while they're still learning, so that it will help them identify those areas that resonate with them and that they perhaps feel most passionate in, because we all know STEM is a very diverse career field in total. And hopefully this internship opportunity just gives them the opportunity to further identify, where they can make a huge contribution to the industry, to the company they work for, to the community they live in. For minorities, hopefully the scholarship demonstrates that the industry and certainly Larson Design Group's values the creativity, the energy, and the talent that you can bring, to the workplace. We're excited to be a part of that as we move forward. Hopefully it validates that there are these great careers, and we over time want to see a more diverse environment, because we know the benefits that are derived from that for our clients, for our workforce and the communities where our projects are located.
Well, I know that anybody who is the recipient of this scholarship should be honored to, know where it's coming from and know where it's who it's named for. Keith, you are definitely a very inspirational person.
Well, thank you everyone for joining to talk about this really exciting news. And thank you listeners for joining us as well. Just a reminder that you can find us on the web at larsondesigngroup.com, on Facebook at Larson Design Group, on Twitter at LDG News, and on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/company/Larson Design Group. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.